My text is Psalm 122, verse 1. I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go into the house of the Lord." Today we come to the second meditation about the church, and here we will consider why the number of people going to church is declining over the years in the world today. An article in the Washington Post 3 years ago reported that the proportion of Americans who consider themselves members of a church has dropped below 50%, and it is the first time this has happened since 1937, when church membership was 73%. And in the UK, here are some findings. UK membership has declined from 30% in 1930 to 11.2% in 2010. By 2013, this has declined further to 10.3%. If current trends continue, they say that membership will fall to 8.4% of the population by 2025. There can be several reasons why many people don't go to church today. I would quote only four common reasons. The first is that he or she feels no special need of church attendance. Consider especially the young men and women today. Many of them are successful. Their hands are full with big and worthwhile tasks. Doing good, they would say, is our religion. This is a very common objection against worship, which comes from many people. As long as I keep the rules and live a good life, what need is there for me to worship? Can't I be a Christian without belonging to the church? They ask. To the people who use this argument that being good is all that is needed, we must pose this question. But how do you know that you are good? Where do you get your standards? Surely we can only have an accurate standard of goodness as we test our action and motive in the light of what we know of Christ, who is absolute goodness. Only as we meditate and gaze upon Him, in other words, only as we worship Him, can we have a firm standard of values. Otherwise, we shall justify our goodness by comparing ourselves with some horrid men and women. If anyone is tempted to say, "My conception of Christianity satisfies me," then we should ask him, "But does it satisfy Christ?" The second reason why people don't go to church is because they do not realize the blessings God has bestowed on them. If a friend who has helped you immensely invites you to dine with him, will you refuse to go? Jesus Christ died for you and me and for the church. If he did that much for the church, then surely those who say that attending church is a waste of time are missing something. God is mindful of man, and it grieves him that man is not mindful of him. God seems to say, "They have forgotten me, their maker, their best friend, and their greatest helper." The third reason why people don't go to church is because they are prejudiced. Possibly they may have even suffered wrong in the hands of some member or some official of the church. There was a young woman, a regular worshipper, who had been greatly wronged, and this time the villain was the priest. She had a perfect right to regard this particular priest as a scoundrel, but without discrimination, she had come to discredit all priests in all churches. Worse still, she had repudiated religion altogether. Why condemn the church because all its members are not saints? You don't tear down a hospital because not all patients recover. Fourthly and finally, the people who absent themselves from church never form the habit of church attendance in their childhood. Those who attend our services today are those who form a habit in their young and tender years. Many of us go to church today because our parents have been church worshippers. Today, this pattern is changing. Today's parents measure success by worldly standards. They do not encourage their children to spend time in the activities of the church. And as a result, the children are spiritually deprived, and in moments of difficulty and challenge, they don't turn to God and seek help. In our next meditation, we'll consider our duties towards the church. May God bless you. Amen.